Wickerman at Alton Towers may have set on fire on part of its track. Drayton Manor have opened their brand new roller coaster to the public, and Blackpool Pleasure Beach are finally planning something new. And it's not a ride, for God's sake. All that and more has happened this past week in theme parks. The best series in existence on this channel anyway is back after a 1 week hiatus, purely because last week barely anything happened. But today I have so much to discuss because a lot has happened in the past week. There is so much to talk about, isn't that right? Shut up. Either way, if you do go on to enjoy this video and you want to see more just like this in the future, then please be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 80,000 subscribers now, which is crazy. So if you want to help towards that goal, subscribe. It'd be greatly appreciated. Well then, what do we discuss first in this eventful week? Probably the thing that I've talked about a lot already on this channel, and that is the brand new roller coaster at Drayton Manor, Gold Rush. And it finally opened its gates to the public, and it's now welcomed its first few riders. And the reviews are coming in and everyone is loving it. And also, there was a POV that dropped this morning as well. And this just backs up the point of how smooth this coaster looks. Just look at it. Look at it go! But as cool as this POV may be, it only shows cycle 2. And of course, the ride has 2 different cycles. Where is cycle 1? Drayton Manor, I need a POV of cycle 1 now! I mean, to be fair, cycle 2 is the better one with that backwards drop anyway, so I'm not complaining. In all seriousness though, of course, with the 2 cycles, that means it's going to run one at one point in the day and another at the other point in the day. And it has been confirmed by the park that at the start of the day, the ride will be in cycle 1, and later on, from about 1 or 2 PM, it'll turn to cycle 2. Thank you, Drayton Manor, for creating a beautiful ride that gets the adrenaline rushing, and I really hope everyone does enjoy it when they get the chance to ride it. And something we'll all get the chance to do very soon, or in a few months I guess. We'll be able to embark to Thorpe Park in the dark. Call me a prison because I got bars. I've used that joke before actually. But the one time where you get to experience that park in the dark is of course Fright Nights. And that event is already on the cards because as much as it is July, they have teased Fright Nights already. Let us enjoy summer first, please. They pretty much dropped this cool teaser where sort of Hyperia is running in the background with a very red and evil looking sky behind it. And it sort of goes beneath the grass, which is just mud in real life. And it goes down to a basement. Some figure comes up in the reflection and the Fright Nights logo appears. Oh, spooky. And then also they have announced Hyperia Pitch Black, which to me sounds like an excuse not to turn the lights on and save some electricity. But in all fairness, if this just means that they're going to have night rides on Hyperia or they're actually going to turn all the lights off whilst you're on it, either or, it's pretty cool because that ride at night is something else. But we shall see how that event develops, as we shall see how Blackpool Pleasure Beach's new plans develop too. Now of course we know that PlayStation The Ride, or as we call it, the Ice Blast, has been sat SBNO, standing but not operating, for a very long time. It's got loads of scaffolding around it and it doesn't even have the main actual car on it to shoot you up anymore. It is literally just ice at this point. We also know that Grand Prix recently closed and that's been having some work done to it, and it's actually started being removed as well. And those are the main things happening. So what is the new plan for Pleasure Beach? Is it a new ride? A new roller coaster? A brand new attraction? None of those. It's actually a new hotel. When your park is outdated and hasn't had a new ride for 6-7 years, let's bring in a new hotel. Jokes aside, that seems to work for them every year. Now, a new hotel adding to their lineup of already 2 hotels is good, but I have no idea where they're going to put this because they just have no room as it is. Cool to see them getting something new at least. They've needed it. Although tell you what, something that isn't new but is closed for now is a beloved roller coaster at Alton Towers. Probably my second favourite coaster at the park, Wickerman, has somehow set on fire on part of its track. Now of course you may know the Wickerman is a wooden roller coaster themed to a fiery big man. The record it came with was the world's first roller coaster to fuse wood with fire. They took that a bit too literally, I think. But of course, that roller coaster only has the fire on the top section of that structure, which is actually made out of steel, but it looks like wood. And that is how they fused it together. It's up there, it's completely out of the way of the track. Fire should not reach the real wood on the track. Well, somehow it did set on fire, because as much as it usually comes out of the man structure's shoulders, it was pictured very much away from that structure. I don't see any shoulders, do you? But there is this one video of it happening, and you can see the smoke rising from that turnaround section, and you actually hear the evacuation announcement and the fire alarm in the background as people are ushered out of the queue line. The fact they've themed the fire evacuation announcement is crazy, by the way.
We've agreed it has become necessary to clear the queue. Please leave immediately.
But yeah, everyone left the queue. Apparently the area itself is closed off, and the engineering teams are pictured up by the track with fire extinguishers, and they did take the fire out. Now, there was a massive amount of speculation going round. What could the reason for this fire be? Is it gonna... Well, Alton Towers have come out with a statement that says Wickerman is built with fire-resistant treated wood which prevents ignition. The smoke seen in this video wasn't related to the ride itself, but is believed to be a foreign object, which was quickly dealt with by our team. So yeah, like I said, the fire was dealt with by staff very quickly, and it seems to have been someone or something that's managed to get on the track that was alight, and that's what set it on fire briefly. But to an extent, I am glad that it was something else, an external factor that put it on fire, because if it was something in the ride track or to do with the wheels or something like that, then I'd be very worried. So as much as at first glance it did seem like the smoke was rising from that turnaround and oh my god, there's a massive fire happening. No, there was no massive fire. There was a fire, but it was one that could be contained easily by the staff. And fair play to Alton Towers for doing such a great job on getting on top of that when they needed to, and also releasing a statement about it, because a lot of parks would just stay silent on that. But knowing most media outlets and newspapers, they'll find this story and go, oh my god, a massive 600-foot explosion has just happened on the Wickerman. It would not surprise me if that's the Sun article for tomorrow. Bloody stupid company. Sure, the ride was on fire, but no, it did not explode. 2, everyone is safe. 3, everyone was evacuated off safely, and staff were clearly present and handled it quickly and easily. The only thing left to speculate about with this, because obviously I have to try and fit speculation in there somewhere, is purely about whether the ride will reopen straight away. Now, when you're watching this video, it could be back open at the park, and now I'm just yapping. But in my opinion, they might shut it for a few days just to sort of check over it and make sure everything's okay, test it a few times, and then get it back open. But because it was an external factor that was completely out of their control, it could be completely plausible that they open it the next day, which has already happened. So, yeah, sorry if it is back open. Luckily, as I said, everyone is okay. And, yeah, it happened in the past week, so I have to talk about it in this series. What do you guys think of all this? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe. DigitalDan out.